All right, Boudro camp. St. Ignace native, three-time state champ.
Yep.
For St. Ignace I, and now a Philadelphia Eagle, Joe Ostman back in town. You know, what brings you back home, and why'd you make the stop up here to the Boudro camp?
It's actually right next to my hometown, Mackinac City, St. Ignace, where I'm from. I just finished up mini camp with the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going into year 2 now. I've been out there the last couple months for OTAs and mini camps, and now just made it back home, just in time to see the camp, stop by, see some old wrestlers that I know, and some of the clinicians, so it's been good.
So you attended this camp, how many years do you think when you were coming through?
I'd say starting in 6th grade all the way through, probably about 6 years.
What do you remember about the camp back then? And
it was always a great camp. Hardest work of the summer always, coming up here these 3 days, they really put you through it, but it's great. I feel like it showed up come next wrestling season. Obviously it's in the middle of football prep, but I'd always take those 3 days and make sure I got up here for it.
You had a great career at Central Michigan, and then undrafted free agent, correct?
Yep.
You got picked up by the Eagles. This is his 2nd year with them.
Yep.
How are things going out there for you? I just saw an article not too long ago. I think some ownership, catching the eye of some guys out there. How are things going for you, and what's where you at in that process?
Yeah, it's going great so far. A little bit of uphill battle, coming as an undrafted free agent, but I'm just trying to chip away at it, and so far it's been a great experience. A lot of things you hear about these guys you watch on TV all the time. It's been pretty cool going to work every day with them and continuing to chase my dream. I love football, and I'm just thankful to still be playing. So just trying to, like I said, chip away at it and just keep working.
What do you think, taking from wrestling into football? What things were you able to take from wrestling into football, as far as you hear all the time, the hard work, all that stuff? Was there anything else that kind of carried over?
Yeah, I think a lot of things actually. It'd be hard for me to sum them all up right now, but I'd say the hard work is one, no doubt. Wrestling teaches you hard work like no other sport, in my opinion, and also from a leverage standpoint, for a lineman, offensive lineman or defensive lineman, just understanding how to use your body, how to use the leverage that you have and your strength efficiently, I would say. But yeah, also I think mental toughness is huge. That can't be understated. From wrestling, there's no other sport like it. And to all those, to all the football coaches out there that are, or even players that are looking to get better in the off season, and want to continue to lift. I was the same way. Football was, what I wanted to pursue in college for most of my career, and I did choose to wrestle, obviously, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I grew to love wrestling. I love it. I still miss it. But on top of that, I don't think anything else could have prepared me for football better than being on that mat every winter. So, I'm really thankful for wrestling.
Have you, maybe, this is just curiosity, had any conversations with, your coaches in the NFL at any point about wrestling, and maybe, have they noticed things like that at all?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no conversations with coaches specifically, but sometimes random players will just come up to me and ask if I was a wrestler. Actually, Lane Johnson a couple weeks ago asked me that, if I was a wrestler, and because guys they can just kind of tell, and then also some of the guys that play on the Eagles now also wrestled back in high school, so it carries over, and I have seen quite a few successful wrestlers transfer that over into football on the gridiron. So
awesome. We appreciate you taking a couple minutes here.
Oh yeah.
And best of luck with the Eagles. We follow them.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.